Hey guys, in this video I'll go over cursor 0 for the Viper. So if you have your targeting pod up, or if you have your radar in ground mode, sometimes you might notice this button that says cursor 0. And you'll notice that if you click it, it actually goes away. So you might be wondering what that is. Basically in the Viper, your targeting pod and your sensors are always slaved to your current selected waypoint. Right now my targeting point is slaved to waypoint 1. And when you move the targeting pod or any other sensor, when you move it around, it moves that waypoint too, and it also moves all the other waypoints in your database. Now you might be wondering, what is the point of that? In the Viper, a lot of air-to-ground weapon symbology is connected to your waypoints. For example, if you do a CCRP attack, the CCRP system calculates the bomb drop point based on your waypoint. So it's important to make sure your waypoints are on the targets. So if I have my targeting pod, the reason it moves the waypoint too is so that, let's say my target is right here, is that to make sure my waypoint is right on the target, so when I do a CCRP drop or some kind of pre-planned weapon drop like that, that my weapons will be on target. So you might be thinking, okay, it makes sense that it moves your waypoint, but why does it move all the other ones? It moves all the waypoints in your system together. The reason why is because the navigation system in the Viper is not perfect. Over time, on long flights, it can drift and be a little bit off. So let's say you have one waypoint on a target, another waypoint on another target, an offset aim point on a different target, and let's say you fly out there to your first target and you notice that it's a little bit off. When you move your targeting pod, it's going to move your waypoint so it's on that first target. And the reason it moves your other waypoints is because it's assuming that if your first waypoint was off, that all your other waypoints are probably a little bit off too, because the navigation system had drifted. So that's why it moves everything together, because it's assuming that if you correct one waypoint, it corrects all the other ones. So what the cursor 0 button does here is it basically resets everything. If I had my targeting pod and moved it and moved the waypoint, if I click cursor 0, it puts the waypoint back to how it was. So in the Viper, if you ever notice your waypoints are off for some reason, or your waypoints are not where you put them, it could just be because you've slewed your targeting pod or your ground radar or something, and you just need to click cursor 0. So that was cursor 0 in the Viper. It is something that's really easy to overlook, but it is a really important feature of the Viper. Thanks for checking out this video, and I'll see you later.